Everyone match my graph up here. Let's take a minute or two. At home, are you okay? Here, are you okay? Because I'll adjust your calculator right now if you don't see what I have up here. Anybody got to talk to me about anything?
Mine's not the same as your earlier.
Okay, what's it? Okay, you got a zoom button on top?
Yeah.
Okay, hit zoom, and then I believe choice 6 should say standard.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, choice 6. Do you see the graph now?
No, it's still the opposite. I don't know if you can see that.
It's still go back to
it completely goes the other way.
Go back to your y equals screen. Make sure you have it typed in correctly. 4 over x plus 4.
Oh, no, I did not.
One job. Type the darn thing in correctly.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you should be. Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Everybody else all right? Yes, Mason.
Is there a better one I could use? The one that I've been using, I don't know how to.
What do you mean?
I'm not to get a graph on the one I've been using.
You don't know how to get the actual graphing calculator on your...
No, I've been using this one for the equations because it works for those.
How have you been able to breathe?
I don't know.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Because it's already on your Chromebook.
Oh, okay.
That's a school Chromebook, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so go bottom left-hand corner. There's a little circle there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now type in for me. Just start typing in TI-84. And you see something come up.
There we go.
There's the cal, bud.
Okay.
Everyone's using it now. Anybody else? Okay, so we all have this graph. So I need a couple questions answered for me. This is kind of going back to last year. Domain. Anybody remember domain? Were those my y or my x values? X values, all right? If you need to make a note of that, please make a note of that. That was your x values. So everybody look at your x-axis on your calculator right now. Look at the x-axis on your calculator. So I'm going to take right here. Everyone agrees there's a graph below it. What I need you to find, is there a spot anywhere on the x-axis where there's not a graph above or below it? Like watch, here you go. Right here. There's a graph right there. Let's see, what else do I have here? Let's see, there's a graph right here. Can anybody find a spot where there is no graph above or below? Because there should be. Where on the x-axis is there's no graph above or below? Think you got it, Katie?
Over 4.
Okay, what's this point? Yep, 1, 2, 3, right here. What is that on the x-axis? You just told me left 4. What's it called? Negative?
Oh, negative 4.
Negative 4. Everyone look. Negative 4. There's nothing above or below it. Everyone agrees? Okay, so here's what we're going to say our domain is. Yep, we're going to do x such that. It's basically everything but what number, Katie? Negative 4. So how do I write every x value except negative 4? All you're going to do for me is x such that x cannot equal what number? Negative 4. There's your domain. I don't need this all real numbers except I don't need that business. Just say x can't equal negative 4 because everywhere else it's good. All right, what about the range? Range are my what? Y values. So everybody do the same thing right now. Go up and down your y-axis right now and see if there's a graph to the left and to the right or to the right. Like here you go. There's a graph there. There's a graph there. Can anybody find a spot where maybe there's no graph to the left or right? Eliana? Negative 1 right here. There's something there. You're getting closer. All right, you're getting closer.
-0.5.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Ready? Watch. There's no graph, right? No graph. And then here, you guys may think it's touching, but it's getting awfully, awfully close, but never touching the axis there. Okay? So what's this point right here? 0. So we're going to say the range is, don't use x anymore, use y. Y, such that y cannot equal 0. Okay, see how we found those? All right. All right, next one. This is going to be the quickest one of all of them. The Y-intercept. Anybody remember what Y-intercept meant back in the day? That's where the graph touches the Y-axis. You tell me, where's it touch the Y-axis at? At 1. There you go. But we're going to write it as a coordinate, though. Ready? We're going to say the Y-intercept is 0, comma 1. That point right there. Okay? So write your Y-intercept as a point. All good. Ooh, now we got some big boy, big girl words, huh? Vertical. Anybody want to try to tackle that word? Oh, boy. Did I spell that right? Asymptote. Asymptote. Let it roll off the tongue a little bit. Asymptote. Anybody ever heard of that word before? It's a vertical line that the graph does not touch. Here's what I mean. Ready? I can't use that line because it touches the graph. Can't use that line because it touches the graph. Anybody draw in a vertical? If I got you to come up here in front of the room, could you draw in a vertical line that never touches the graph? Think you could do it? Where would it be? We're back at -4. So, you're telling me there's a relationship here between two of these. The vertical asymptote and the domain. Yeah, here's the line right here, kids. And the equation of that line is x equals, because any vertical line is always x equals where? -4. That's the line for the vertical asymptote.
So,
Go ahead, Caroline. What do you got for me?
next one.
All right, next one. Horizontal asymptote. So where can I draw a horizontal line that will not touch the graph?
Y equals 0.
I don't know why I didn't copy this out, but sorry. Yeah, there it is right here. There it is. It will never touch it there, and then Caroline is correct. That line now is y equals 0. So you see the relationship between range and horizontal asymptote, domain and vertical asymptote. There will always be that relationship. Ooh, how you feeling? All right?
Like so.
Everyone good? All right, 1 doesn't make you great. Remember that. Okay, go back to your y equals screen, everybody. I got a new one I want you to graph. Same questions, though. New graph. Good. Everyone got it up? Looks like mine? Ready for the domain. Can you find an x value where there's no graph on here?
Yeah.
Can you find an x value where there's no graph? Domain, x such that, it's not all of them. It's not all real numbers here. There's something that doesn't have a y value. What x value is not going to be on that graph? Can anybody? It's a whole number. I never go decimals on you. I won't do that to you. Let's start this off. 13. No idea. Anybody want to help me out? Nope. Sophia? You're just going to go under the radar. Can you find an x value that doesn't have a graph above or below it?
Is it 3?
Yeah, it's 3. Yeah. So x cannot equal. Anybody want a quick trick how you can definitely know it's 3?
Trace, draw a line.
You could draw a line on your calculator. Yeah. Because let me guess, Sophia, you were we were like, it might be 2, might be 3, might be 4, right? You guys know how to get the table up on your calculator? Watch, ready? You see anything at 3? When x equals 3, what do you say? Yeah, that's because there is no value there. So that's a good way to check. Okay, so just go to your table and say, where's the error? And that'll be what your domain cannot equal. You like that, Kia?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Don't range. Y values. Give me a Y value. Somewhere on the Y-axis where there's no graph to the left or right now. I don't have a trick for you here. You just got to look at the graph. No trick, sorry. Just look at the darn thing. Oh, 13 again. Hi, Sophia. Come on, you got this.
I'm not sure.
Well, what do you think? Let's see. 1 definitely has something, right? What about 2? No. And 3 is definitely going to have something here, right? So what are we saying? Anything but 2. Yep. So my range, Y, such that Y cannot equal 2. How you guys doing there so far, right? Y-intercept. Ooh, oh. Now we're going to have some arguments. Let me circle where the Y-intercept is. Right there. Right? I think it's negative 1/2. I think it's negative 1/3. I think it's negative 1/4. We got to be right. We got to have exactness. So I'm going to show you how to do this algebraically now. Because everyone agrees we can't get an exact point just by the looks of it. We're all good there. Just by looking, I don't know what the Y-intercept is. Can we all agree on that? Okay, so here's how you find it algebraically every time. The Y-intercept is always when x equals 0. So what do I want you to do with 0? Plug it in. The Y-intercept will be wherever x equals 0. So you're literally going to take 0 right now and go 2 times 0 plus 1. You can store it if you want. 0 minus 3. And whatever number you end up with, that's your Y-intercept. And there's no more arguing with me. What'd you get, Eliana?
Negative 1/3.
Yeah, there you go. That's the exact one there, negative 1/3. Okay? So you don't even need to look at the graph anymore. Boop, just plug in 0 for x to find the Y-intercept. All right, this should go quick now. Vertical asymptote. Remember what it was? It was related to the domain. So we could say it's x. Make sure, don't write this. I'll never accept that. It's an equation. X equals 3. All right, x equals 3. And then what about the range? What about the horizontal asymptote? Y equals not 0 anymore.
2.
Remember, it's with the range.
I don't know
2.
why I said 0.
2.
I don't know how to solve.
Everybody good? Questions there? Finding all that, because I'm going to, unfortunately, take something away from you now. No calculator anymore. No calculator. Unless you need to do some number crunching. That's it. You can keep it out. That's fine. You can keep it out in case you got to do a little number crunch. I just don't want you to use it for a graph, okay? Don't graph it anymore. So how can I look at an equation and know all these values without even looking at a graph? Ready? You're going to find out. This part gets me hyped for today. All right, here's our first one. Negative 4 over x minus 2. I'm going to start with the Y-intercept because you guys know how to do that already. I don't need to look at a graph anymore. So let's go that part first. Let's go Y-intercept. You guys don't need a graph for that. Again, how do I find the Y-intercept? Everywhere I see an x, plug in 0. Good. So go ahead. It's going to be 0, comma. I'll find out in a minute from one of you guys. Everywhere you see an x, why don't you settle down there, hotshot? Look at me, show off. I know how to use a calculator. Kids. Oh, all right. Isaiah, going home now. Let's go, big dog. When you plugged in 0, Isaiah, what'd you end up with?
I didn't get anything. I don't remember.
Okay. X is 0, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to take 0 and plug it in for x into the equation we're using.
Yeah.
So I want you to do negative 4 over 0 minus 2.
Would it just be 2 then?
That's all I'm looking. 0, 2. There's your Y-intercept.
Yeah.
See how you did that? You plug 0 in for x. You good? Okay. Everyone's good here. Next thing it's asking me to find, or I'm going to do it out of order a little bit. Let's go the vertical asymptote. How am I going to do this? I need a graph to look at because I need to know where to draw that vertical line on my graph. No, you don't anymore. Ready? The vertical asymptote, and I wrote this above, the vertical asymptote is always where the fraction is undefined. Where is this fraction right here? Undefined. We've gone over undefined before. Where is it undefined? What's undefined mean? I need what in the denominator?
0.
0. So what number could I plug in for x? That would make 0 in the denominator there. 16.
2.
Key in. Whoa, easy, boss. Let me call on you first, okay? I'm the one with the pen and the teaching here. All right? What is it?
2.
2. I'm not going to accept that, though.
X.
Oh, x equals 2.
X equals 2. Good. So look, hey, it's where it's undefined. And you guys aren't going to think this is great, but this fires me up so much. Ready? Remember the first problem we did? What was our vertical asymptote? X equals -4 because what would it do to the fraction? That makes it undefined. Yeah, we did that before. We just had to use a graph. We don't need a graph anymore. Good, vertical? Okay, what's the trick to find the horizontal then? Oh boy, here we go. Okay, this is a little bit more involved. How to find the horizontal asymptote without looking at the graph. This is a little bit more involved. All right. You have a numerator and a denominator. Everyone agrees. In both the numerator and denominator, you have exponents. Okay, you have exponents. What I want is the highest exponent in each, the numerator and the denominator. What is the highest exponent in the numerator and the denominator? Okay, so let me hold somebody's hand here. 10. You ready, Caroline?
Yep.
Okay. In the top, there's -4. There's no variable, right? So we're going to say the exponent is 0 if there's no variable. Okay, so in the numerator, you have an exponent of 4. In the denominator,
1.
the highest exponent is
1.
1. That one, whatever that is. A 1. Everyone see that? In the numerator, the exponent is 0. In the denominator, the highest exponent is 1. Everyone see that at home? Okay, now up here, I have 3 scenarios that'll tell me what the horizontal asymptote is. Ready, Caroline?
Oh, yeah.
Was the highest, and this says degree, that means highest exponent. If you want to make a quick note there, that's highest exponent when we say degree. Okay, Caroline, back to you. Ready?
Yeah.
Was the highest exponent in the numerator?
0. Oh, was it? No.
Yeah, in this example 3, was the highest exponent in the numerator? No, it wasn't. So let me go to B. Was the numerator less than the denominator?
No.
Right? You had, again, what was the exponent in?
1.
It was 0 up here, right?
And then 1.
And the exponent, highest one was 1. Where was it bigger, in the denominator or the numerator?
Denominator.
So B says if that's the case, the horizontal asymptote is the line y equals 0. So there's your horizontal asymptote, y equals 0. Let me go over that again because I don't think I did a great job at all of that. Ready? Here you go, guys. There's 3 scenarios. Highest exponent could be in the numerator. Highest exponent could be in the denominator, or they could be equal to each other. Those are your 3 scenarios, which I've laid out in A, B, and C. Good? What's in the numerator here on number 3? -4. There is no exponent, right? So we say it's 0. In the bottom, what's the highest exponent? 1. It's on the x. So which one had the highest exponent? The numerator or the denominator? Denominator. So that if that's the case, we say the horizontal asymptote is always the line y equals 0. Okay? Everybody okay? Well, I know 1 doesn't make us great, so let's keep going. 4. Let's just do the horizontal asymptote now while we're on the topic. Find out what your exponents are. What's the exponent in the highest exponent in the numerator, highest exponent in the denominator? Here we go, Nick. You ready? I'll help you out here. Ready? Okay. In the numerator, what's the highest exponent?
1.
Yep. Everyone agree with him? See how we found that. What about in the denominator, Nick?
1.
Everyone agree with him there and how we found it. So what are you telling me, Nick?
They're the same.
They're the same. So everybody read. If they're the same, the horizontal asymptote is figured out by taking the leading number in the top. Nick, what's the leading number in the top?
4.
4, and dividing it by the leading number on the bottom, which is what, Nick?
1.
1. Everyone see that? So 4 divided by 1, what's my horizontal asymptote, Nick? Y equals
4.
4. So if they're equal, I divide the numbers out front to find the horizontal asymptote. Everyone all right? Okay, go ahead, find the vertical. Vertical is where it's undefined, so that should go quick for you guys. Vertical, where is it undefined? Will, where's it undefined? What number do I plug in for x that makes it undefined?
0.
Oh, ready? If I plug in 0, 0 minus 1 is negative 1. I need 0 in the denominator.
Oh,
1. And remember, we just don't write the number 1. If it's vertical, Will, we write, yep, x equals 1. Good. Guys, all right? And look, let's be honest with each other. Am I going to take away your calculator during the exam next week? No. So if you really need to, graph it and look yourself, okay, to check. All right, if you don't understand these rules, graph it and check it out yourself. Go ahead, Y-intercept. Go ahead, Y-intercept. What are you going to plug in? 0 for x. Yep. Horizontal one's the only one that gets tricky because you got to remember 3 rules. Plug in 0 for x. When you're ready, Eliana, what'd you get for your Y-intercept? 0, 2. Good job. Plug in 0, plug in 0.
Mr. Carlino,
Yeah, I'm listening.
is it a negative 2? Yeah, it should be.
That's okay.
You right over there?
Yeah, I just don't know what I put in wrong.
Me neither. And plus, I should have caught it too. Let's be honest, everybody. I'll put full blame on Eliana, but I should have noticed it. Thanks, Nick. Anybody else? Questions? Okay, let's go. One more before we get to the big dog. Okay, let's go horizontal asymptote first. Horizontal.
No.
Okay, ready? Which has the bigger exponent? Numerator or denominator? Oh, hi, Anna.
Hi.
Regroup now. Let's go. You got a lot to redeem right now. What has the bigger exponent? Top or bottom? Numerator or denominator, Anna?
Numerator.
Numerator. So if I go back to those 3 scenarios, if the degree in the numerator is greater than the denominator, what do we say about the horizontal asymptote?
There isn't one.
There isn't one. None. Okay, none. There's nowhere where I could draw a horizontal line that would not touch the graph. Good job. Y-intercept. Go ahead and go. Y-intercept. I'm leaving the vertical one to last for a reason. Y-intercept 0, comma, woohoo. Here we go. Hi, Liz, when you're ready. What's your Y-intercept? What do you got to plug in for X?
-1.
What are you plugging in? You're thinking about vertical. You're thinking about undefined. I just want the Y-intercept where it crosses the Y-axis. So that's when you plug in 0 for X. Okay? The Y-intercept is when X equals 0. Good job. Maybe you were just going a problem ahead there, Eliana, and that's how you got it too.
I figured out later. That's just the negative sign kept going in front of the fraction.
Good story. I started falling asleep. Good story. You good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, everyone gets grilled in here. Everyone's going to get thrown into the fire sooner or later. All right, ready? What are we on? Vertical. Remember, vertical is where it's undefined. This one's a little trickier. What value of X would make that fraction undefined? Remember, 0 in the bottom I'm looking for. 0 in the bottom. A little tougher to this one, huh?
No.
I'll tell you why it's tougher, because there's more than one value that fits here, more than one value. First of all, tell me what, if you're ever unsure about this undefined, ready? It's a very easy solution. Who's 5? Ella, you ready?
Yeah.
I don't want the answer, don't worry.
Okay.
What is in the denominator of this fraction, Ella?
X squared minus 1.
Okay, I want to know when that denominator is equal to what, Ella? For undefined, when it's equal to?
To 0.
So set it equal to 0, guys, if you're ever unsure. Literally, take that darn denominator out and set it equal to 0 and see what you can do now. Hopefully that looks pretty familiar. How many times have we done this during the course of the year already? Too many times is the answer.
Oh, we're factoring?
Yeah, we're factoring it.
We're not factoring.
Yep, we're factoring it into what? X.
X plus 1, X minus 1.
Yep, X plus 1 and X minus 1. So go ahead and finish it. What are my two asymptotes here, Ella?
1 and -1.
X equals positive 1. X equals negative 1. Yep. Guys, make it easy on you. Just take the denominator out off to the side and set it equal to 0 and get X by itself. Fine, go. Guys, good? Before we end this on this beast here, number 6. I got anybody at home, everybody at home good before we end this on 6? You guys are doing a nice job. Anybody notice anything different with 6? Even if it's a slight difference, I want to know. 6 versus the rest that we've just did today. What is so different about this versus the rest of them? Think you know, Katie?
The -8 at the
Yeah, we've never had that at, great job. -8 at the end, right? Okay, we'll get to that at the end, why that is so important that there's a -8 there. Because that'll affect some of our values. But for now, you guys pick. What do you want to find first? You guys can find anything. What do you want to find first?
horizontal.
Let's save that to the end. Let's save the horizontal to the end.
Vertical.
Vertical?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find the vertical one first. That's where the fraction is. How do I find a vertical asymptote? No. Where the fraction is, use the big boy, big girl word. Begins in U, ends in undefined. Where the fraction is undefined. Yep, so where's this fraction undefined? If you need help, just take the denominator out, set it equal to 0, and tell me what X equals. If you can't, just look at it and tell me. What's your vertical asymptote here? Let's go, Isaiah. Where's your vertical asymptote? What number can I plug in for x, Isaiah, that's going to make it undefined?
0.
That's what I want.
7.
What?
7.
Thank you. Good. Okay, I don't want to write that though, right? What have we been talking about today?
You gotta make it undefined.
No. I don't want to write just the number 7 for vertical asymptote. What do I need to put with it?
The x.
Yep, x equals 7 when you're writing it, all right? Just don't write the number 7 for me. X equals 7. Hey guys, what was the vertical asymptote related to today? What else up here is vertical asymptote related to that we still have to find? B? Domain. So let's find the domain next. Because those two are related. X such that x cannot equal 7. See the relationship? Done.
With the squiggly, you have to put those squiggly things back.
Sure.
Like, what?
Do you need? Look, Katie. If you get that, I am ecstatic. Okay. You could put happy faces to the left and the right. I don't. As long as you have x not such that x not equal to 7. Wow. I feel proud. Let's go Y-intercept next, because I want to save horizontal to the end.
Let's do it.
Y-intercept. Can somebody explain to me how do you find the Y-intercept without looking on the graph? This is what we've been doing all today. How do you find the Y-intercept? What must you do here? Oh, here we go, Sophia. How do you find the Y-intercept? Take 0 and plug it in for x. Go. So take 0, everyone. Plug it in for x, including the -8. Because you guys are going to get a very sloppy decimal or fraction, and you should. Because this is not an exact point. Plug in 0. When you're ready, let me know. Dan, let me know when you're ready.
It comes up to -8.4.
Yeah, that's fine. If you write it as a fraction, I think it's -59/7.
Over 7.
Yep, that's fine. Either way, though, Dan, I'll take the decimal. That's fine.
All right.
Okay, everyone good? Here's the finisher. Okay. You got this. Look at the numerator and the denominator. Figure out which one has the highest exponent right now. Numerator or denominator? Which one has the highest exponent? You got a 3 on top and an x minus 7 on the bottom. Which one has the highest exponent? Will? Which one? Oh, the bottom. The denominator, right? So everyone go back, look at your rules if you need to. What do we say the horizontal asymptote is if the denominator has the bigger exponent?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Isaiah? If the denominator, where am I? Sorry. If the denominator has the highest exponent, what's the rule say the horizontal asymptote is?
I don't remember. Would it be 0?
Y equals 0, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, guys, ready? Don't write this down, though. Don't write this down. But you would think it's y equals 0, right? Why is it not y equals 0? Ready? Katie, going back to you. What was so different about this graph versus the others? The -8. Do you guys remember any of your transformations back in the day? If it had -8, how that affects the graph? Anybody remember what the -8 on the outside does to a graph?
Rotates it.
Well, it doesn't rotate it. It moves it.
A translation down.
Down how many units?
-8.
8. And that's what I'm showing you here. Everyone take a look. The red graph up here, my red graph, is without the 8. That's without the 8. I put the -8, now it's the blue graph. So it's not going to be y equals 0. I just went down. I have no idea if that was 8, but 8 units. So it shouldn't be y equals 0. It should be what? Y equals, yes. See how that only affects horizontal. It doesn't affect anything else. So now, last one, what would your range be then? Y such that y cannot equal -8. Okay? A little trick right there you got to see. Only affects the horizontal if you got a number on the outside there. Great job, guys. I can't ask for anything more from you, especially you guys at home. Way to follow along. Thank you. We start reviewing tomorrow, so if you miss class for whatever reason, you got to make it up by watching the YouTube video. We are going to get after it reviewing. The road to 50 out of 50 starts tomorrow for all of you. Thank you, guys at home. I'll see you tomorrow. Behave.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys in here behave. Bye, everyone. Nice job, Sophia. Bye, Mason. Katie.
I just remembered that I have 8th period free every day, so I just come in. Is that's
You got to tell me when you're coming in.
Yeah, so should I just do that on the?
Yep, that's fine. Yep, sign
Okay.
up for a time there, and then
What
just
if
make
there's
sure.
no time? Should I just email?
There should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
And then
Everybody took after school. Nobody really took.
did you say that we also should come in for the
So you're taking the test on Tuesday, right?
uh
Yes, I believe
so,
so.
yeah.
Tuesday, so you should be on the Google Meet or come in 8th period Monday. Either one, whatever's easiest for you
Okay.
to review for the test.
and that,
First time you come in, we do test corrections.
Okay.
Second time you come in or we meet on Google Meet, we do test review.
How much will I be able to raise my grade up?
Depend what your grade was
It
originally.
was like a 75.
So I'll probably bump it up to an 80. Okay.
Good.
Depending on your work ethic when you're working here with me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So I had something about the, I think the construction part.
Yeah, it was handed in late.
Yes, so thing about that is I handed it in Friday, and I'm sure I did, and it just didn't go through, and the same thing happened for bio, because I had an assignment for bio that I handed in, but it didn't go through. So then I just resubmitted it Monday when I saw it.
Okay, now the question is, do I trust you or not?
You can ask my bio teacher, the same thing happened.
Well, I don't teach bio, so that's not a concern to me. All
If you
right.
don't, I understand.
I got it. Well, it's an honors level class, and like I've said before, one and done type deal. All right, I'll look into it and I'll make a decision. All right, I don't feel comfortable making a decision right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Did we get assigned seats?
Yes, we did.
Could you remind me where I am?
Guys, I still got to dust these off here. All right, so you're going to be right there, that corner desk right there.
Okay. Can I go to the bathroom quick?
Yep, go ahead. I've already done the assigned seats in here, correct? one.